motherfucking glasses on. Get your motherfucking glasses on. Yeah. We bite.
Yo,
back.
Sorry for the hiatus.
So back.
You heard?
Oh my
we had to
goodness.
do Father's Day, right? Because you're a father.
I had a day.
And then, what's the other reason we didn't? I don't know. We're just gonna chalk it all up to Father's Day. But we back. You know what I'm saying? It's your host with the most, Chris Miner, aka Dino Spumoni, extra cheese and pepperoni, aka Talk to Me Nice, aka Young Polly Walnuts, aka Young Chris Kringle. You heard the light is lighting right now. I feel exuberant. You know what I'm saying? We're using all big words today because that's what the Clipse will want us to do. You know what I'm saying? So we back. What's good, dog? Where you at?
I'm just glad I'm actually here.
Right.
I have had a hell of a past 2 weeks. So we took 1 week off for Father's Day. I was gone for the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, we couldn't do it any day because we went to San Antonio, courtesy of my mother-in-law. Had a timeshare.
Shout out to Miss Rachel.
She got us in there for an extra room. She needed to use some points before they expired, so she gave us a room. Went with us and the kiddos to San Antonio, and we packed as much as possible in that weekend with the kids. Suffice to say, wasn't an easy trip. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Was not an easy trip.
No. I already know. I told my dad, I was like, like as men, we know, man, the course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was telling my dad on the random, I was like, yeah, Don had to take the whole family down to San Antonio. He was just shaking his head while I was telling him, man. I was like, yeah, both the boys, the wife, and her parents. He was like, oh yeah. I said, yeah, Dawn's in hell right now. You know what I'm saying?
I would say it was a hell. I was definitely tired. I'll just say that.
Hell, that is hell. You know what I mean? Like for men, journeymen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As the head of your family, your household. That is hell. The situation you were in.
Yeah.
You ask another father.
Now.
Another husband. That's hell.
Now, also on top of that though, so while we were there, all three of me and both of my sons got some kind of sickness from swimming in the pool in that resort.
Y'all caught the man flu.
We swim in the indoor pool.
Yeah.
And we all got some form of it. So mine came later, but literally the next day, Ronan was like sniffling, and he still has congestion right now because he's a baby, so his stuff takes a lot longer to heal, obviously. Raiden had it for just a couple days. His went away. And then mine developed the following week when we were supposed to do it. And then by the time the day we usually do the pod comes around, I am just not feeling well at all. I'm still recovering right now. But so I had a sinus infection, but not just a normal one. I had a bacterial sinus infection. So like
double homicide.
I had to go to the doctor twice. So the first time they gave me 2 nose sprays and this cough pill, and I was taking it, and it made my sinus pressure go away. It did.
Yeah.
But then I started getting what it was trying to do was dry up all my sinuses, and so basically I was spitting up like a lot of like thick mucus. I was sneezing out like really like nasty thick mucus, but it was getting it out. And I know it was a sinus because it had blood in it, but not to be gross, but
a little bit.
But that in turn made me have a severe like sore throat. On top of that, so then when I wasn't getting better, I went to the doctor again, and he was like, "Well, it can wait one of two things: you have a virus, which you have to let it run its course, or it's bacteria, which you need antibiotics for." So he gave me antibiotics, and I've been taking those the past 2 or 3 days, and I'm pretty much like pain free now. Now, when I sneeze, it still hurts like a motherfucker because it's
Yeah.
still my voice is still a little hoarse if you can't tell. But my sinus pressure's gone, but I still am every so often, and you'll hear me cough a little bit because it's still pushing stuff up. But for the most part, the next by Monday I should be back to 100%. But so that's what it was. I got a bacterial sinus infection from swimming in that fucking pool. Um,
San Antonio, man. Charles Barkley
yeah,
was right. No.
but so that's why we missed 2 weeks, and
Okay,
then
yeah,
now
you were sick. That's why.
we're
Okay,
finally
yeah.
back here. Um, we're actually gonna make this one. See, it's happening. Uh, nice and short and sweet. We have pretty pointed topics anyway, but Chris's family's in town. Shout out to his cousins. They came down for a girls' trip.
Yeah,
They're actually in the other room right now.
yeah.
There's a noise right there. You heard some of
You
it.
heard it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're there. So we're not gonna try to keep him up too long here. Plus, he had a long day.
Very.
But yeah, a lot's happened. But there's some main stuff that pertain to me and him in general, which we're covering today.
So, while we're on the subject, let me just go ahead and dive in here, man. Shout out to Miles, Super Miles. He's in town. Kicked it with him for Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Did not go our way, but you know, speedy
Oh,
recovery to the Haliban.
you were rooting for the
Yeah, man. I don't know if you saw like I think it was Kev on stage. If you don't follow him, know him,
yeah.
he's a comedian, social
Mm-hmm.
media comedian, and he's the first person I saw say this, so I'm going to credit it to him.
Okay.
It was very hilarious, though. He says OKC plays do that nigga cut basketball. Like that's their style of play. Like it's just like tween, shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And very young,
Very young team.
yeah,
Yeah.
young nigga basketball, just all flash in the pan type situation. But they did end up being the victors of the bout between them and
Yeah.
Pacers. I was voting. I was rooting for the Pacers because nobody expected them to be there. You know what I mean? Like OKC just had a hell of a year though, especially
They did have a hell of a year. I mean, he won everything.
yeah.
So
Shay, what is it? Shane.
yeah, Shay.
Shay just had a hell of a year as well as an individual player. All the feats he achieved.
He won everything.
He won everything this
He
year.
won an MVP,
The only
offensive
thing
player
he
of the
didn't
year.
win is like sneaker of the year for me.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of his shoe.
I
at
don't
all.
mind the shoes.
I definitely I stand on Anthony Edwards.
I like Anthony Edwards shoes a lot though. Yes.
I like Halliburton. I like his sneaker. We talked about that.
He premiered them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was
I
cool.
like that. I love his sneaker.
Yeah.
But Shay's, I'm not behind it at all. But anyways, they won. Speedy recovery to Halliburton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hot
tragic,
tub
man.
business.
Just you never want to see it happen.
Yeah.
I hate being like I don't want to be like the if you didn't get injured like that's
Right.
just part of sports unfortunately. But
Yeah.
it was more so like bro, like literally the moment, and then like the first quarter he didn't even get to finish the game, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
just like
He
and
was
then
3 for 3 though.
and then he stood in the tunnel waiting for all his teammates to come out like that. It's just. But
Stand
I will say this though. Regardless of the outcome, they really, really showed they earned a lot of respect in general. Like people were saying they didn't deserve to be there and they like blah blah blah, but like nah, they did. Like they showed up, and then now you can't call the man overrated anymore. He went ballistic all playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a playoff run, and unfortunately, just by how hard they were playing, he got injured earlier in the series, and then obviously
Mm-hmm.
we've seen it time and time again when you rush back from an injury like that. I know it's
Yeah.
the finals. You want to get back out there and play, but them soft tissue injuries are motherfuckers, man. Like, and then
No
also
shit.
like it just it was just sucks to see. But I'm not taking it away from OKC. They had a hell of a season. They
I did.
definitely they smoked pretty much all their opponents in the West, other than Denver. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but and then like I said, like you said, Shy had like an all time season. I think he's the third person ever to like do everything he did. So
So let's get back to reality though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm not expecting to see either one of these teams.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What it is. Dallas just
Yeah.
secured
So
Cooper
the draft
flat
happened last
flight,
night.
whatever. You know,
Yeah.
yes. Him, Kyrie, AD, the West is even tougher than it was before.
I mean, just Texas. The Texas teams all got tougher. So like
KD to Houston, big deal. He's back in Texas. He went to college out here. Uh,
went to
I don't really give a
Houston.
fuck about anybody else. Those were like the biggest things to me that I saw. And then there was like a trade from Jordan Poole's going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Interesting. But the biggest things for me was Cooper going to Dallas, which we already knew that was going to happen. And
You muted. You're muted.
Jordan Cooper going to Dallas, Jordan Poole going to New Orleans, KD going to Houston. That was all huge.
Yeah.
But another thing that's interesting though, kind of scattered. I can't pinpoint if any of these stories are true, but KD said no to so many teams that it devalued him until he landed where he wanted to go.
Okay.
Like he got he got acquired for the lowest price possible to get KD. You know what I mean? Like if KD was $100,000, he said no until like his shit went down to like $8,000 or whatever. I don't know. Maybe not eight. Eight is pretty low from 100,000. But I thought that was interesting. The other thing I thought that was interesting is that like he just like straight up refused to go back to Golden State, and he did not want to go to Minnesota. And Anthony
Mhm.
Edwards did not try to get him to come. Like, and was
Yeah.
like, if you don't want to come, then it's cool. Like, I'm not gonna go try to recruit him. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and if you look at but see, there's a lot of intangibles that go to like trades, right? Like as it was a
Mhm.
trade, like. Yeah, the agent and KD can give a list of teams they want to go to, but also as a team, like an organization, you look at like who can offer me something, right? Like,
Mhm.
and you look at like Minnesota. I wouldn't even attempt to call them because
Mhm.
like they've been in the Western Conference Finals twice. Like they have a very young team. Um, so like you're probably not going to get any assets from them for KD. Honestly, like
Right.
who would they give up right now for that? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and also like the relationship went sour, so they're trying to get rid of him anyway. So of course they're
Mhm.
like, what team want to go to? Okay, we're gonna call them first because we need to get you out of here. Like
Mhm.
this shit ain't working. We got to blow this up and call it a day. We got to recoup as fast as possible. And so he said he wanted to do San Antonio, Houston, and forgot the third team, but he had three teams in mind. And ended up being Houston.
Mhm.
Uh, I am surprised Houston got rid of Jalen Green,
I'm
but
surprised as well.
in the larger scheme of things, I know why they did it because with the emergence of Thompson and the other younger players, and Jalen being the oldest of those bunch, they're trying
Mhm.
to avoid the max contract, so they got rid
Mhm.
of him before they had to pay him. And
Mhm.
no, I know what they're doing. If they still have a deep bench, a good coach, um, and well, acquiring him and Russell Westbrook on the same team, that's going to bring a lot of veteran leadership plus scoring.
Mhm.
So I don't know. These Texas teams might be nasty this year. Um,
Shout out to Texas.
So the Mavericks just got to stay healthy. I mean, even if you want to bring the Lucas shit up, the biggest problem they had was injuries anyway. Like they literally had a game, they almost had a forfeit because they had no bodies.
Yep. Yep.
Like if anybody
While
went
we
down in that game, they would have got forfeited.
while we're on the subject of teams and alliances and shit,
Okay.
some shit also was going down in music this week.
Okay.
That caught a lot of people by surprise, I think.
What is that?
And the Clipse dropped their second single from the album, appropriately titled "So Be It."
So be it. So be it. Yeah.
Produced by Pharrell again.
Yeah.
So the song came out. The video, well, it was leaked. Like they sent it to DJs and they sent it to Back on Fig, a couple of streamers.
Yeah.
And they were previewing it the night before, and everybody was like, "Oh, this shit sound kind of chunky," Flex had it. It was a moment the night before, right? The next day, they dropped the video, so we get the full thing in context. Video is beautiful. It's like some James Bond, John Wick type elegance in the video. And then you get Pusha T and Malice just doing what they do. Really, really well. I'm so glad that rap is back. You know what I'm saying? So glad. Not saying that I ain't found nobody in the void. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I'm gonna say not nice rap is back.
Yeah,
The kumbaya shit's done right now.
It's over with. And we need to set that precedence.
Yeah.
Precedent. So again, Pusha, like even if you go back to their first album, Pusha was the artist, right? Like he's the one who's going to do the hooks. He's going to rap first. He's going to have rap is back, baby.
You already know, man.
He's the one who sets the tempo of what we're doing, right? Malice just does what he does, right? So the formula hasn't changed between the Clipse. Pusha raps first. He actually had his little intro, 9 million down there, 200,000 up there, whatever the fuck. He starts rapping. Beat is chunky. Pharrell did the reverse hi-hat snare drum pattern from the Beastie Boys. I can't think of the record right now. Don't take my hip hop card. But it's a Beastie Boys record. They their shit was back. They did it was backwards. The percussion, and they rapped over that. I can't think of the name. Paul Revere. I think Paul Revere is the name of the record. And Beast Fire sampled some Indian shit. I don't know if you remember, Dalton. I don't know if you remember when me, you, and Diamond was doing the pod a couple ticks back.
Are you talking about the Indian shit?
Right. I was like, what was going on with that? Like, why was everybody into that at that time?
Yeah.
And Pharrell came back with it. Fire. Not mad at it. Obviously, the third verse is why we're here. The third verse, Pusha starts rapping. And at first, some of the shit that he was saying, you might interpret him to be talking about Kanye. But
yeah.
The more you dissect what he's saying, it sounded like he was talking about Travis. But when you realize he's talking about Travis, at least for me, I was like, what the fuck Travis Scott do?
I mean, he says Utopia in the verse.
Right, but it's still kind of like the way he did it was still obscure.
Okay.
Like it wasn't as direct if you weren't line for line. Like
so, I mean, he did it very interesting because what he's alluding to is this was about Travis Scott. And after this comes out, people are like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?" And then he literally, as they've been on a heavy press run right now. Like they're getting a lot of press. And in the midst of that, he basically talks about that and he confirms like, yeah, this is what it's about. And he talked about Travis Scott. So they were in a session with Pharrell. Okay. And this is when Pusha was still with Good Music. and all that shit was happening. So Travis called Pharrell and was like, "Hey man, let me come play you my shit." Like while he was in a session with the Clipse. So Pharrell was like, "All right," and then he came through. Basically, just kind of like tried to take over the room with his album, and as Pusha T puts it, he came in here doing his little monkey dance. And,
I don't know if he could say that, but yes, that's what happened.
that's what he said.
He did say that, but I'm just saying, But I'm with you. Keep going.
And basically he said they were kind of just sitting there stone faced the whole time, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and basically saying like none of us were fucking with that shit. And then there was a clip that someone posted from this moment, and then they were showing Pharrell's face, and I was like, yeah, Pharrell was like, bro, please get out of here. Like his face was saying like, bro, let this be over.
Yeah.
But he was too polite to do it. And so basically that rubbed Pusha the wrong way. And basically in this session, it was like the early version of Meltdown, the song talking about taking Pharrell's changes and melting them down.
And he definitely sent
and
a
it
sub
was-
that Pusha on the verses.
Yeah, it was pre Drake's verse. Like he played all this shit without that, and literally right after that, he gets the full Meltdown verse. So basically, Pusha calls him like a rap whore. Basically, like you'll just go to whatever to get moving, like get motion, and in the spirit of that, I 100% agree. As you know, I feel about this motherfucker. He has been like this since day one. I don't care what anybody tries to tell me. He stole his early songs. Actual factual. This has been documented well to the point he got signed off of some fake, like some stolen songs. He just basically ratioed them, as we say. And yeah, he like bounces around to different artists at the time and uses things to push them forward. Now, I'm not saying he's not a big artist in his own right. We talked about it earlier. I mean, but the man clearly has he doesn't care about certain things.
Right.
And that rubbed Pusha the wrong way. And basically this was him speaking out on it. And a lot of people felt a certain way about him dissing Travis and all this stuff. And then and a lot of people are also like faulting him for talking about these things in like press runs. Like you're just loading up for your album. So you're just like doing this and that.
Which I think is I think that
asinine.
Conversation is bogus because it'll be one thing if Pusha came out of nowhere and just started talking about the shit. He addressed it in the music.
Yeah.
And then the interviewers, whoever's interviewing Pusha T and the Clipse, Malice, at this point has heard the album.
Yeah.
Let's just get that out the way. If you see them sitting down with somebody, they've heard the album in its entirety. So these certain things are going to come up in conversation. And if Push decides to speak on them, then so be it. I like the fact that he feels comfortable to speak on these things because he knows he's not by himself. His brother's back with him. He's got that guardian. Like, I'm not just out here taking on the industry and all the fuckery by myself.
If not for nothing, like, it's not like he's not explaining it.
Right.
He's not just be like, yo, fuck the motherfucker.
Right.
Like he's a bitch. Like, he's not doing that kind of shit. He's literally going like, this happened, this is why, and this is how I feel.
I will say this though, even though I just said what I said, I had posed a question about Push addressing Kanye in particular.
Oh yeah.
Because nobody said nothing back, which is fine. I'm not, whatever. It has been on my mind since Ace Trumpets and him saying Kanye knows what I think of him. He knows I think he's not a man, yada, 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 right?
Yep.
But part of me feels like if we uphold you to be this like super integral hip hop god,
Mhm.
and you live and die by this certain code. If me and you, right, we're doing whatever, and I felt like you were not living up to a certain standard that I would, I live by, then I wouldn't fuck with you, right, at all. And I imagine it'll be the same for you. It was like Chris, like if a big thing about Push and his whole crew is like, if you got kids, you're not taking care of your kids. I'm not fucking with you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's their thing, and which is a great principle to live by. I live by that
Absolutely.
myself too, and I don't have any kids. I'm like, yo, you ain't take care of your kids. Why the fuck you trying to go get on the hose, bro? Like, go take care of your kids. So I asked the question, like, yo, so Push is this super integral guy. I believe him to be, but he stayed around Ye while Ye was spiraling, and he defended Ye while Ye was spiraling. So it's almost like, so you thought this way about him, but you still stayed. So like, how am
Yeah.
I to like? And look,
Mm.
I'm obviously I've spent well over $150 on the bundle. Bought the autographed vinyl. I'm a fan. I am a fan. Pusha
Okay.
T is like, I told you, Pusha T's like top 3 rappers for
Yeah.
me.
They one of your favorite. Yeah.
So I'm a fan, but if me being a fan, I have to be able to,
Be objective. Yeah.
yeah, because a lot, especially today, because nobody's being objective about their favorites right now. Nobody. Kendrick fans, Drake fans, Kanye fans, Obama fans, Trump fans, whoever. Like nobody's being objective about
Yeah.
who they decide to stand, and that's just not the way the world works. So I had to ask the question, like, how Push feel this way, but he did that. So like, what's up with that? Are we not going to call out the hypocrisy? Knowing, because even as a fan, I was like, okay, it's getting super hard to defend Kanye and what he's saying
Absolutely.
at a
So
certain point.
there's there's two ways I could think about that. Like, one, he literally was the the president of good music at one
Mm-hmm.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for better or worse, Ye is his boss, right? So if your boss out here doing some shit, you gotta like, if you're on the squad, like you're like, okay, I'm gonna do what I can. But also, like, if say they had like a real, like we don't know these people personally, so we can only go
Mm-hmm.
by what we've heard and seen. Like if
Mm-hmm.
they had a real friendship, like if they were like really homies at one point, and like they made money together, like lots of money together, right? Like, I mean, as nice as Pusha is, he never been like a. There was a time where they were just like Clipse did okay, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they weren't like selling out
Mm-hmm.
arenas, and but they had their fans, and their albums did okay. Like their second album did terrible, but um they did a third album, and then Pusha T
Broke up.
went solo, and then it took him a
Mm-hmm.
while to like get back. Like people be like, "Oh yeah, Pusha really like that." Like, but Kanye kind of pushed that in the forefront. So like if you're like, bro, he kind of brought me out of like where I was at.
Obscurity.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like at a point you're like, I'm gonna ride with you until I just can't do it anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a breaking point for everybody. You can only do it for so long. And I mean, I like you could kind of see it with a lot of people around Kanye though, other than John Legend. John Legend dipped pretty quick. Once
Yeah.
he once once he was like, oh, once he saw anything, really the Kim Kardashian thing pushed a lot of people away. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like you see Common lasted a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
with, and even now you don't see him speaking against the man. Um,
Yeah.
you just don't see him being like he's not like defending him.
You said what?
Got another blanket.
No, just the one that's on the bed.
He's talking about their codes.
That little one on my couch ain't good.
Oh, you got the Don.
take it back. But yeah, my bad. I'm listening though.
No, so like Common, like I said, he hasn't really detracted him in public. Like we don't know his conversation with him in private, obviously.
Right,
But like
right.
I don't think he's done either one. But he has kept the peace at least, because even Ye has. That's like the only person Ye hasn't been like fuck you, basically.
Right.
Because like mostly people, Ye has been like he's a bitch or whatever. Like
Right.
like the whole Kid Cudi thing. Like now he's like going against Kid Cudi again. Like I don't
Like
I don't
today?
know. Not today. I'm saying like
Oh.
they did the album together. Then after that
They
still have
fell
their
out,
little-
but they got back good again though.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So there's probably just a point that Pusha just couldn't get past anymore. At the point where it's like, if I do any more, like I'm just won't be me. Like if I'm just like I'm gonna be lying to myself. Like I am not enjoying doing this. Like this has basically been like this is something I have to do, not something I want to do. Like and there's and like I don't need to do this anymore because obviously good music is done. Like everybody's gone. So like nobody's rocking with you right now. I don't have to fake this anymore. Like I don't have to. And so I think that's kind of what it is. And then like, and yeah, I think he can now just be like, yo, I didn't like this. I don't like Travis. Like he just can.
He can let it all out.
Yeah, like I said, and his brother's with him too, so he's probably feeling more comfortable. Like, yo, I'm back in my comfort zone. Like I got my fucking brother with me. I'm back to rappity rapping. I don't have to worry about psychopath over here doing some wild shit. I don't have to worry about being like the only team I got is me and my brother. So like, that might be why it is. Like I'm not. So that's why I think it's a little different, than the Travis thing, but because him and Travis never had like a real connection. It was just like
business.
You're business associates, and then like, but you interrupt my session to play your shit, and then you have a song on there dissing my fucking guy, like,
and me,
and you played the song, and
Drake dissed Pusha on that record,
so like it's a lot of layers to that type of thing. However, I mean, as we're talking about this press run, they also said like they had the reason this album's taking so long is because there was a verse that Def Jam was trying to get them to drop, and it's a Kendrick verse, and the speculation was what is it, and they basically finally said it was a Trump bar that Def Jam was like, please don't put this on the album,
which is a cop out.
Which I'm 100%. I'm like, what? But they got a Kendrick verse and they played it at a live listening session, and we got a fucking snippet of it. And let me tell you guys, if you didn't listen to it, go pull it up right now.
Well, they pulled it down. The label pulled it down. It's going to be really hard to find now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, for those that heard it, Kendrick has tapped into, I don't know if he's ever going to leave his demon side now, because this man was going fucking crazy on this record.
There's this.
Do we know the name of that song?
It's
because the album doesn't have their track list. Like it just says track 1, 2, blah 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 on the.
I can't remember it right now. But there's a guy by the name of Spectre on social media. What he does is he does mashups.
Oh, that's right.
So somebody
Chains
will be
and
like,
Whips is the name of the song.
Chains and Whips, yes.
There we go.
So he'll be
Thanks,
like, somebody in the comments will be like, oh, put Sexy back over Love Lockdown, and he'll mash it up, and it'll be like perfect.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he took Nostalgia by Pusha T and Kendrick.
Oh, yes. I see you.
Put it over crack music. And let me tell you something, dog.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That shit changed my life. Like when me and Miles first started making beats, crack music was his shit. Like those Cold Grits it's your thing drums or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like that drum break at the beginning of the record,
Yeah.
it was like cool. Like it was, and then Kanye did what he did, put the other sample on top. He built the record. And I was like, it's great. Like I used to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with like the volume down, and I would like have that song on repeat in the background while I was like driving around catching bodies and shit.
Yeah.
Angry black man type shit, right? And as I grew older, like I appreciated late registration more as I grew older than
Yeah, it's
where I was
it's
at that time.
it's more
right?
sophisticated. So yes, you will. Yeah.
But then like I knew what Kendrick and Push did over the beat that this actually Tuesday, man. I can't think of the producer name that did the beat. Is it Knox? I'm pretty sure it's Knox. Knox, yeah.
Knox.
Yeah. Knox or Knox. I'm pretty sure it's him.
I mean, he's in the chat. He could tell us in a second.
Yeah, but the beat was hard. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with it. It was like, minimalistic, but at the same time, it was like hard. Great sample chop.
Mhm.
But hearing Kendrick's verse over the crack music beat, it just was
It had a whole different flavor, bro.
a whole different vibe, bro. So I was like, yeah, this shit crazy.
And first
So
off, the dude is talented for even like getting that timing on correct.
Right.
But it feels like it was made for that. That is crazy.
Right.
Like
Right. So hearing Push Kendrick Malice together again, pushing Kendrick together again on a record hard.
Yeah.
Again, like what you said, Kendrick has tapped into another
dimension right now.
Yeah. They were breaking down like the literary term of what he was doing on that verse.
Mm-hmm.
As far as all the GEN flips and GIN flips he was doing for that whole scheme. It's like something literary is happening there that's above my knowledge well.
Yeah, he literally designed this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was there's a meaning behind the verse.
Oh man.
And it's hard. But like I said, like Dalton said, Def Jam saying, "Oh, he said something about Trump. We're not trying to get into politics. It's bullshit."
Very bullshit.
Universal just didn't want another stain for the lawsuit that Drake had filed. You got two of Drake's victors seemingly joining forces to diminish him even more. So they delayed. The album was delayed. They said take the verse off. Push said no. It was like, okay, well, we're dropping the clips, but Push has to stay. And Push was like, there's no way I'm staying and the clips are not on there. So they made them buy themselves out of their deal with Def Jam.
Absolutely.
On top of buying themselves out, Def Jam still is going to see earnings from the album.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So, but at least that'll all be behind them. They signed to Roc Nation for I'm pretty sure management, which is why the rollouts have been superior, So, again, I'm excited. I got a CD coming. I got a vinyl coming. I got a T-shirt coming. Like, I'm ready.
It's been a while since me and you have had an album we've collectively have been like, let's fucking go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. Because... Bro, they have Nas on here.
Stove God. Kendrick,
bro.
Pretty sure the verse they were waiting for was Hove.
Yeah. I think they confirmed Hove is on the album. So like,
somebody confirmed that.
I think we've got gathered hints. Hold on. Hold on one second.
I'm pretty sure that Hove's on the album.
Yeah,
John Legend's on the album, which I don't want to hear John Legend, but I understand he's the go-to guy for that. But like, can we get somebody else, bro? Because this ain't the same John Legend I grew up on, man. This John Legend we got right now is
bro. He a dad, bro.
It ain't about him being a dad. It's just like. You fucking whack, bro. Like,
you're fucking whack, bro.
Like, you ain't even got it like that no more, dog. in my personal opinion. But who am I? What are you looking up?
Hold on. I was trying to. I definitely read it. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, there we go.
Tomorrow never comes until it's too late.
Yeah, we know it's produced by Pharrell. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple features are confirmed. Let's see. Um, yeah, a verse from one singular artist, which is hinted to be Jay-Z. Yeah. So yeah,
He's
bro.
old, man.
Bro, I'm so excited, bro. I think this is gonna be. I haven't disliked any Clipse album in general. So like, I'm so ready. And if they
Yeah.
throw Cameron on a song, I'll be even happier. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would just love that another one
Yeah.
because Popeyes is so hard, bro.
It is. When Pharrell
Um,
was in that particular bag, yeah.
um, Speaking of music, I guess. Very quietly in the last 2 weeks, um, I got an album I never thought I would get ever again.
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick dropped an album out of
It,
fucking
drop a
nowhere.
bomb for Slick Rick, man. Can you do that? Yeah. Air horn. Yeah, let's do that.
I got a
For
bomb right
Slick
here. Hold
Rick.
on.
Yeah. Slick Rick the ruler, man.
Bruh, when I tell you when someone announced that, I was like, yo, no fucking way this is real.
How many years has it been?
Oh, fucking a long time. I I don't even know if I could tell you off the rip, bro. Like, hold on. Let me. Yeah, his last album was The Art of Storytelling in 1999.
What's
So
that?
25 years basically.
Yeah.
Like, and
24,
that's the one.
25.
That's the one I used to always listen to in the car with
The
Street
Outcast
Talking.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have told me I'll be listening to a Slick Rick album in 2025, I would have probably slapped you. Be, I look, I'm just so excited, bro. And my favorite part about the album is that he did not go modern. Like I like that he was just like, I'm gonna do what I do,
I'm gonna
and
do what the fuck I do.
he didn't make a trap record. He didn't like make like a pop. He basically just did like it's a lot of like boom bap beats, like literally like they sound like they're from the 80s, bruh. And he just rapping like he just doing little fun little the album's pretty short. Like it's a lot of songs, but they're all pretty short. And there's like interludes and stuff. Um, but there's a song called like I Did That. And he's just basically saying all the shit that he did. Like, but he's just saying it. He's like, I brought the British and the Haitian culture. I did that. Jamaican culture. I did that. I made them wear the frosty eye patches. I did that. He's just on his braggadocious shit. And then there's one song where he's talking about bitches. In the very beginning, he's like, no disrespect to my wife, but I'm got to do this song. And he's basically just raps about getting bitches.
He still got that jazzy,
Yeah.
nasally
Yeah.
tone to him.
His voice doesn't sound any different, like at
Okay,
all.
good.
So like,
Good.
will
Yo.
this, will the album like,
Remember what I said about Hillary Clinton?
I won't forget.
will this album like shake up the world? No, not at all. But it's a fun little quick album, and it's fucking Slick Rick in 2025. I can't complain about what I got from the man at all. I mean, none of the beats, Chris, are gonna like, blow your mind. They're all boom bappy beats. But it's just fun to hear Slick Rick again, man. Like I love Slick Rick, and I think he's he's overlooked a lot in a lot of conversations. And like, but he literally is a like trailblazer for a lot of people. If you are of a certain generation, especially with storytelling, like he was like the main guy. But I just had to give him a shout out for putting the album out, bro. It's called Victory. It's out right now. If you want a quick fun and you want to see what it was like back in the 80s, throw that bitch on for sure.
Type shit. I'm with it. I felt kind of weird about that. All right, my bad.
Oh, you're not talking about me, okay?
No. Yeah, it's all good. It's okay.
The last thing I wanted to bring up, because that was our two main things, was the basketball and then the Clipse rollout. Album comes out in July. It's coming out very soon.
July 11th.
July 11th. Big day, because I think Superman comes out that day too. So me and Chris are getting two things at once. We're getting Superman and Clipse.
Yeah. And then Fantastic Four, right?
At the end of the month.
Yeah.
So
Big Mike.
So with the Clipse coming back out, someone posed a question online that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to hear your answer. They're saying, who is your favorite rap duo of all time? Or the best in your mind? And they had a bunch of pictures, but I mean, you could say anybody really. But as far as hip hop goes, who, like duo, just two people, not a group, but just two people. What is your favorite duo ever?
Probably Hov and Ye, man.
You'd count that as a duo?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did a whole album together.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that their whole thing was a group. Like, so Mobb Deep, Outkast, UGK.
They were called The Throne.
Yeah, but it was one time. Like, it wasn't like a...
Hey.
Because there's people that do albums. Omarion and Bow Wow did an album together. Like, I wouldn't classify them as a duo, but I get it. If that's the best of all time to you, that's the best of all time.
No, there's no duo that has done what they did with one album. How about that?
I disagree, but okay.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. That's fair.
Because Outkast went diamond, but that's just me. That's just me.
I understand. Outkast, it was like Outkast wasn't in my mind to say because they don't count. They count, but they don't count.
Okay.
Like, I'm thinking like Jada and Styles.
That's three of them though. That's locks.
But we still don't know.
But it's still the locks though.
I know.
We're not gonna discredit Chic, man.
But you said not a group, a duo, right?
Yeah, so like UGK, to me, that's Mobb Deep.
Like regular people that collaborate together a lot. Like Earl and Alchemist do a lot of stuff together.
No, I mean like rap duos.
I know what you were saying.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. So I saw that and I just kept scrolling because the parameters that they want us to use is whack to me. Like if we're strictly speaking about duos,
yeah. So
how many do we have to? We got Public Enemy.
That's not a duo though.
It's two of them. Public. That's the group.
Yeah,
it's
but
Chuck D and Flavor Flav.
Of the rappers, did they didn't have a producer with them?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's too much. So Salt and Pepper don't count because they had a DJ.
Salt and Pepper does count.
See, that it's too much going on, man. I would say Run DMC, like Run and DMC. I mean, that's a duo. Jam Master Jay was a pivotal part of the group, but it's Run and DMC.
Okay, yeah, we'll go by that. The people rapping. Okay, so Tribe could count because it's Five Dog and Q-Tip.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares about what Consequence joined. No one cares. Mm-hmm. I sure don't. But I think my answer still would be Outkast, though. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like as far as like just like their whole essence was together, right? Like
as many songs as I like by Outkast. I feel like Watch the Throne has just as many songs.
No, I feel like I said for you, like that duo was just like that was the best that could
the pinnacle.
I mean, especially I mean, that run, like just their camp was on at the time was pretty unmatched, and then them to drop that album, like it was just like, bro, what is happening right now? And the album's great. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that fucking album. I mean, we had a fucking mini listening party at my house for it because everybody was just like dying to hear that album. So
I think you had it on vinyl or some shit.
yeah, later. I didn't have it on vinyl at first, but I did get
Okay.
it later. Yeah. Yeah, I still think my answer would be Outkast. What is your most underrated group then? Like rap duo? Who'd you say doesn't get enough appreciation? I think my answer still might be Outkast. No.
Smiles and North Star.
Oh wow.
They
For that
don't
one
get
song?
they don't get enough credit for that.
For that one song?
That meant everything to my little heart in fourth grade. I was going through those emotions in fourth grade.
I know in their mind that was gonna take them to the next level, bruh.
You could tell in the
The-
video.
Bro, this is it. We're done. Like we're about
Yeah,
to take
we
it to
out
the
of here,
next
baby.
level.
Yeah, we out of here. And
But
then like the
some
whole
songs are just, street famous. You know what I'm saying? That's a street famous song.
yeah, them K-pop niggas like that shit started coming over here, and then Tokyo Drift. Like, yeah, they should have been up out of here. Jen, everybody remember Jen on Central Park?
Yeah.
Rough Rider. You know what I'm saying? Jet Li
Bro,
doing all the movies with
that boy
on the
battle
wind.
rap so good
Yeah,
himself into a deal. He was the first Asian American with a rap deal.
yeah, but I mean, Rough Riders.
Hey, he can rap his ass off though. There's no doubt
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
But I think my most do you know who mine is? Can you guess who mine is?
No, well, who is it?
You really can't guess? All the times I played their albums for you. They're from Atlanta.
Duo. No, who?
Phil Mob, baby.
Oh yeah, damn.
I think Phil Mob is highly underrated. I fucking love Phil Mob with a passion. With a passion. They don't. I mean, people. I know "Sick of Being Lonely" is like the hit, and then "So What," but like they made some hard ass shit, man. Like I really liked Phil Mob, and I don't think they get enough appreciation. That's my underrated group for sure. All day, every day. And then Big Tuck and Tumzilla's up there too. Not enough appreciation for it out here.
Yeah,
Y'all don't give
Yeah.
Tumzilla enough love for me out here, man.
yeah,
Them boys, DSR was nasty, bruh.
they were 100%. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to cut it short, but the kids, they,
Yeah, it's time to go, right?
Yeah, I gotta lay them down.
Okay,
They
well
gotta get
this was just we're back. We got our feet wet again. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
back at it. Back with it. We're actually gonna probably once Chris, gets through his family thing and everything, we're gonna try to do like an afternoon stream just to give it a shot. So we'll get that scheduled when we can make that happen. But thanks for stopping by tonight, guys. I'll see y'all next week. And y'all stay safe out there. And if you feel any sinus problems, go to the doctor. Like me.
Period.
All right, let me go to let's just fade out.